What if I told you there's a flower so bold it refuses to stay just one color? A flower that seduces butterflies, drives farmers mad, and blooms in defiance of drought and neglect? Welcome to the wild, wonderful, and slightly wicked world of Lantana Camara, also known as the Florida flower, the toothbrush flower, and the chameleon of the garden. Today we dive deep into the colors, controversies, and curiosities of a flower that as dramatic as it is dazzling. So don't skip a second because this is a story you will remember the next time you see these fiery little clusters by the roadside. Say hello to Lantana Camara, a plant that grows like a wildfire and blooms like a box of crayons exploded. Tiny flowers packed into tight, vibrant clusters orange, pink, yellow, red, purple, often all at once. But wait, there's more. These blooms change color as they age. Yep, the same cluster starts yellow and ends up crimson red. It's nature's way of telling pollinators, hey, this one's fresh, that one's old. And that scent, part citrus, part gasoline, odd but unforgettable. Even the leaves, if you rub them, release an earthy tang that keeps insects at bay. You might think a plant this pretty is delicate, but no. Lantana is tough, unbothered, and frankly a bit of a rebel. Hot sun, dry soil, rocky land, it doesn't care. It thrives, thrives, thrives. Here's the science magic. Lantana flowers start out on one color, then gradually shift hues over 24 to 48 hours. Why? To tell pollinators which blooms still hold nectar, bees, butterflies, even hummingbirds. They are drawn to lighter colors first. So the younger flowers stay bright yellow or white to grab attention. Once pollinated, boom, the color deepens to magenta, red, or even purple, signaling job done, move along. It's a color coded communication system, one of nature's best marketing strategies. So, yes, these blooms are more than pretty faces. They are living signals designed to guide and deceive at the same time. In any butterfly garden, you will spot Lantana Camara being absolutely swarmed by fluttering wings. Its clusters are basically nectar buffets, and because it blooms nearly year round, pollinators can't always find a snack. But here is the twist. While gardeners and pollinators love it, farmers and forest officials might call it a curse. Lantana grows invasively. It spreads fast, takes over native plants, and can choke the life out of local ecosystems. In parts of India, Australia, Africa, and the Caribbean, Lantana is labeled an alien invader. So it's both a blessing and a botanical villain. Loved in pots, hated in the wild. Lantana's story isn't just colorful, it's controversial. Did you know it's been banned in certain forest zones in India and Australia? Entire hillsides have been lost to its aggressive spread. Forest fires spread faster through lantana thickets, and it's toxic to grazing animals like cattle and goats. Yet, despite this, lantana survives every attempt to remove it. Slash it, burn it, dig it up, it comes back with a smirk and new blooms. But not all lantana is invasive. Cultivated hybrids like Lantana Camara, confetti, or radiation are safe for pots and patios, giving you all the beauty without the destruction. If you attempt to grow lantana, good news. It's low maintenance, drought tolerant, and blooms like crazy. Full sun is key. It loves light more than anything. Well drained soil, no wet feet, please. Don't know water. Once it's settled in, it thrives on neglect. Prune hard every few months to keep it bushy, compact, and controlled. Want butterflies in your yard? Plant lantana. But if you live in an area where it grows wild, make sure to choose container planting or non invasive cultivars. It's like fire, beautiful when contained, dangerous when it spreads. In many Indian villages, kids call it the toothbrush flower because they would snap off its flexible stems and use them to brush their teeth before plastic brushes were common. Others call it the jungle fire, wild sage, or simply flame bush. Some say if you crush the flowers and rub them on your clothes, butterflies will follow you all day. Totally unproven, but see it. Its berries start green and turn dark purple, but we warned unripe berries can be toxic if eaten. Lantana has earned nicknames in dozens of languages, most of them mixing admiration with wariness. Traditionally, lantana has been used in folk medicine for treating coughs, fevers, and skin irritation. In some cultures, it's brewed into herbal teas, used as poultices, or burned as a mosquito repellent. But, and this is a big but, it can also be toxic if used incorrectly, especially in the berries, which can cause stomach issues in children and animals. So while lantana sits on the edge of science and tradition, it's best enjoyed visually, not medicinally, unless guided by expert herbalists. Some artists study lantana's pigment transition for painting inspiration. Its flower clusters have inspired fabric prints, tropical resort logos, even ceramic tiles. Its thick foliage is surprisingly fire resistant, a natural barrier in drought zones. Birds avoid its berries, but certain wild pigeons actually love them. Goats sniff it and walk away. Nature knows. Cut lantana clusters can stay fresh for up to 2 weeks in cool water. A forest secret weapon. Before we say goodbye to this colorful character, let's take a deeper breath and admire what makes Lantana Camara so strangely unforgettable. This is not just a flower, it's a conversation starter, a butterfly magnet, and in many ways a botanical contradiction. It thrives in poor soil, blooms in extreme heat, and dazzles with a color show that changes every day. In fact, if flowers had personalities, Lantana would be the mischievous artist, splashing your garden with colors you didn't even ask for, growing out of bounds, and still charming you into forgiving its wild behavior. Its leaves are not soft or gentle, they are coarse, textured, and oddly fragrant, reminding us that even the most beautiful things aren't always delicate. Its blooms don't open with elegance, they burst forth, bold and shameless, defying the idea that flowers must be shy or tender. In parts of the world, this flower is burned to the ground. In other places, it's planted lovingly in front yards and balconies, with children chasing butterflies through its sunny clusters. So, what do we make of lantana? Do we label it a weed or a wonder, a garden friend or a wild rebel? Maybe the truth is it's all of those things. And isn't that what makes it truly special? Because while many flowers behave, lantana breaks the rules. It grows where it shouldn't, blooms longer than it's supposed to, and turns every ordinary patch of land into a festival of color. And maybe, just maybe, that's exactly the kind of energy we need in our lives. So, if this flower made you smile, or made you think, or reminded you that wild things can still be beautiful, then don't just scroll away. Let's grow this floral journey together. Hit that like button, tap subscribe for more unforgettable flower stories, and drop a flower in the comments if you believe beauty can bloom in even the wildest places. Because here at Floral Symphony, every petal has a purpose, every flower has a voice, and every bloom, like Lantana Camara, deserves its story to be told. And now, as the last cluster of color fades gently from our screen, as the butterflies flutter away toward other blossoms, and as the sunlight softens behind the Lantana Camara, we too must take a gentle step back from this radiant chapter in our floral journey. But before we part ways, take a moment. Think of this flower not just as a bloom in the garden, but as a quiet reminder from nature itself. A reminder that beauty doesn't need permission, that color can defy boundaries, that wildness too has grace, and that sometimes the most unforgettable things in life are the ones that grow when and where you least expect them. So, wherever you are, whether in a bustling city balcony or a quiet countryside trail, may you one day spot a tiny colorful bloom peeking through the cracks, and remember this story. The story of a flower that didn't ask to be admired but couldn't be ignored. Thank you for walking with me today through sunlit petals, through wild landscapes, through mixed surprises, and of one humble plant. This was more than just a video. This was a celebration of color, courage, curiosity, and the magic of nature. If your heart feels a little lighter, if a smile came a little easier, or if you found joy in this unaccepted little wonder, then this journey was worth every second. From the heart of Floral Symphony, thank you for being here. Stay wild, stay blooming, and most of all, stay curious. And like this video to keep the blooms alive. Comment and tell us where you have seen lantana grow. We would love to hear your story. Share it with someone who needs a little color today. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the next flower waiting to meet you. Because at Floral Symphony, every petal has a tale, every garden holds a secret, and every subscriber becomes part of something beautifully blooming. See you in the next floral adventure. Thank you.